What's up, boys and girls? Welcome to the final Wednesday show before the Super Bowl. It's not the final show. It's just the final before the Super Bowl. It feels like the final show. It feels like it's all come down to this. But we know that's not true. NFL All Day will still be doing its thing, so we'll be fine. Let's hang out, talk about it a little bit. We got Phoenix, we got Blaze, we got Stingray. We got Super Bowl Sunday coming up.
In 3 days, 4 days, 4 days.
Something like that. Something. It's math. That's Phoenix's thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know too much.
There's a football game.
Counting and stuff. I'm not good at that.
There's a football game on Sunday.
Yeah, there is. There is a football game.
Oh, I didn't even realize it.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that game. We're going to talk about what moments you should have for that game, and we should talk about maybe what moments you should have after that game. I think that's important. Because I'm not really stacking many things for the Super Bowl.
No,
I don't think that's the play. I think we're stacking things for after.
Are they
the
doing
Super
a playbook for Super Bowl? I don't even know.
They say
they are.
I haven't seen it
but
yet.
They haven't released it because the other one hasn't finished yet. Basically.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably maybe waiting a bit closer to the Super Bowl.
I mean, how much closer?
Like I saw. Maybe this could have been someone talking shit in Discord, but I saw someone say, "Oh, we saw that Lombardi challenge you guys accidentally posted." So I don't know if it was, like I said, I don't know if that was just someone spouting off.
Yeah. Huh? A Lombardi.
Sounds like some typical nonsense.
I don't know. Oh my God. Typical nonsense is the list of legendaries that you can pull from that $700 garbage pack. Oh my God. Those are just disgraceful. I don't care if there's a chance that there's one Chiefs ultimate or whatever.
There's 8 in the premium packs.
Yeah, there's 8. So 8 people will get a moment that it will be listed automatically at like $15,000 to $20,000 and not sell until it gets dropped down to like 7. I hope you do. Until it gets dropped down to like 7, and then someone will buy it, and then no one will buy it again, just like every other ultimate. And then the legendaries. Let me see if I can find it super quick.
Wise looking for that. Yes, we are looking for.
What's up, Huey?
Oh, actually, apparently, Sting is not looking forward to the Super Bowl.
No, I'm not. Ooh. Steve Smith Sr., Doug Williams, Reggie White, Torrey Holt, Troy Polamalu, Donovan McNabb, Gag Me, and Larry Sonka are the only legendaries that you can pull from that $700 pack.
You know how many? You know the ones I want?
None of those.
None that you said.
None.
Zero. I like
a big goose egg, dude. A big goose egg. I don't want any of those.
No, see, I liked some of those players. Like, sure,
yeah,
I like
but
Reggie
I don't
White,
want
but
it.
for $700,
yeah, it's gonna be like $350 tops.
No.
Tops.
Yep. $375 average across the board.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Anybody who buys
what's the most expensive one there? Polamalu, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I like Steve Smith. I like him.
Me too. No, me too.
Yeah,
I think he's a hell of a player.
That makes sense.
I like True Polamalu as a player, but I don't want it.
Smith Sr. And I like Donovan McNabb for what it's worth. Like, there's nothing wrong with McNabb, but his legendary is not worth more than $300. It's just not.
Do you want what's wrong with McNabb alphabetically or in order of importance? I can give you a whole list.
Let's talk about something real quick.
Yes.
I wasn't here last Wednesday. Everyone that was here, thank you for being here. I was not, but I rewatched our episode, and I heard at one point, I rewatched it today, by the way, and I heard that someone said that Warren Moon played for the Steelers. Do you remember that? That was the funniest part of the entire episode.
Who said that?
They're like, who is Najee Harris's backup? And I'm pretty sure it was Blade. It was like Warren Moon. That's him. And I was just like, no, that's not him.
No, that's not him. No, that's not him.
I do hope I get one of his legendaries one day, though.
Warren Moon's okay. I would take a Warren Moon. What's that, like an Oilers legendary?
Yeah. Well, didn't he? You know, if you added up his yards from, I think it was the USFL and the National Football League, he's hands down like the best passer in history. If you combine all the stats, it's crazy.
I mean, in like 1980, I don't even think it counts anymore.
Well, you know what though,
Huey, who are you going for?
You know what? Who was it? Barstool Sports today, or the other day. I think Portnoy actually said something about was it him who said something about the quarterbacks these days, or was it somebody else? No, he did the LeBron thing, but somebody posted about quarterbacks now. How it's somewhat. Oh, Trent Dilfer was talking about how quarterbacks now he has no respect for,
I saw that.
and I actually kind of agree with him because they don't
I
get
like
hit.
how you just let us stumble through that. You know exactly what he's talking
I
about.
know what he's
Whatever.
talking
I don't even care. But you know what though? He actually made a good point though. Quarterbacks don't get hit. They're protected. They're protected these days. You look at the hits the quarterbacks were taking back in the day. The receivers were taking back in the day, and it's kind of a joke because quarterbacks average 1,000 more yards passing a year now. So I mean the records are kind of terrible, and I kind of understood what he was saying though. A lot of people got on this case.
Yeah, a lot of people got on his case. I read all through every one of the comments, I'm pretty sure. And the only reason that people got on his case is because Trent Dilfer sucks. He was horrible at football.
Yeah, Trent Dilfer sucks.
If it was Steve Young saying the same things, okay, maybe.
Steve Young got rocked though.
But
all
Trent
the time.
Dilfer is terrible.
Yeah.
But maybe-
Huey,
maybe-
Eagles
maybe-
31-27. You think it's going to be that close? I think it's going to be less. I think it's going to be like 31-21. No, it'll be less than that. 27-14. Eagles. I think the Eagles pounce them for sure.
What's happening?
You don't think you? I know you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan though.
No, but even not being a fan, you just can't be like best quarterback in the league gets crushed. Those don't go together.
Best quarterback in the league loses by a touchdown and a field goal. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, okay.
I'm still on the bandwagon of who have the Eagles beaten and what has Hurts actually done in a big game.
That's fine, and you're about to see what happens. But
Yeah,
you're also about to see what happens when Patrick Mahomes has nobody.
What do you mean what Hurts comes out in a big game? They demolished the 49ers. Yeah, stats weren't good,
they
but he
They
just
played the Giants and the Niners
just-
with
Yeah,
no
I
quarterback.
don't even think he threw over 150 yards.
Yeah,
He
I
hasn't
still
done
think
anything.
that it doesn't matter. I
He
still
didn't
think it
have
doesn't
to.
matter.
That's true though. I
The
agree
Eagles'
with you.
defense is
We don't
going to
know
wipe
if he's
the floor
actually
with
good or not.
No, the Eagles' defense.
You
is
just
gonna
can't
wipe
say
the
that he
floor
had a
with
great
the
game.
Chiefs.
That's all.
No, I'm just saying I don't know if he's good or not. I'm not saying I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I still haven't figured out. Like looking back at his college career, one good half and then two bad games and championship games, and he's had a couple down games this year where he just he used his legs and couldn't really pass for crap. But
Well, the stat still stands that they are.
up in the Super Bowl. I mean, I'd love for him to step up and have a big game, and I'll eat my words and say, yeah, okay, boom. But I'm just saying what has he shown in a big game?
The Eagles lost one game when Jalen Hurts was the starter. Like, that's the only stat you need. It doesn't matter what he throws to. It's like his leadership, his run capabilities, his ability to keep a play
Game
going.
management.
Yeah.
The
Eagles are gonna kill the Eagles.
That's disrespecting to a quarterback. So I mean, that's what I mean.
The Eagles are gonna.
Can he win the game? For him?
trounce. The Eagles are gonna trounce the Chiefs.
If he doesn't make mistakes, the players around him can win the game. But can he win the game? That's my question. I want to find out.
What is Mahomes' record in the playoffs against the number one defense? I don't know, Lecky. What is it? Is
This
it
is
good?
2-0.
2-0.
Yeah. San Francisco
Mahomes
and the
can win a
Super
big
Bowl
game.
and Bills last year.
And Mahomes has had no weapons all year, and look what he's done with everybody saying he's had no weapons. So
Yeah, but
he's
they're
down-
hurt
so he's
now.
down- So he's down another weapon.
He literally has no one to throw to.
But you have to remember,
It's
even
Mahomes.
when Juju is even when Juju is healthy,
Yeah,
even
he
when
didn't throw to him.
even when McCole was
Yeah.
healthy,
They're just
It's not like
distractions.
they're missing AJ Brown and
no, it's McCole, Juju. They weren't good when they were healthy.
they're
They-
average
yeah.
receivers.
Like you can
They're
replace them with
distractions for
you can
Kelsey.
replace them with anyone. Doesn't
They're
matter.
distractions
As long
for
as they know how to
Quick.
run a route and they're gonna be in the right spot, doesn't matter.
And if they can catch it, which they're
They don't even need
professional,
to be in the right spot.
No,
They're
if they're within the vicinity, he's gonna find them.
they're professional
or,
receiver.
or they'll use them as distractions and they'll just throw it to Kelsey 25 times. Triple team.
It's going to be another game based on mistakes and turnovers. Like
Yeah.
who's going to That's what it's going to come down to. Who doesn't finish a drive or two? I don't know.
Yep.
It's,
So the field goals kicked early. That touchdowns late will beat.
I can't wait for it to be over, so we
I
can
just
go
wanna
back
see
to
the
talking
commercial.
about next year.
Yeah,
I'm excited for next year when it comes to all day.
Yeah, I know, me too. I was so sick of this year. This season's so like. I mean, I guess you can't say it because technically for all day their season isn't over because we saw like the biggest amount of pack drops and stuff was last year in the off season, so
They
it's
still
kind of
need to-
just ramping up.
They still need to fill out S2 with some somewhat match S1.
Yeah, they have a ton to do with S2 still, I'm sure.
Yeah. So
Which will just make S2 even less valuable than it already is, which is
Yep.
why I don't buy it.
yeah, just grab. Well,
Did Brady ever have anyone to throw to? I mean, that's not really. Yeah,
Randy Moss.
Randy Moss, Wes Welker.
You can't see that's the thing. That's the thing to me though. Randy Moss is the exception. He did have him for a few years, sure. Wes Welker was not a good receiver by any means. He was
was
good
a second-
because he had Brady as a quarterback.
He was
That's
a
it.
number 2 on most teams.
Julian Edelman.
Edelman again is like a 2 or 3 on any other team.
Edelman was a quarterback.
Well, they're both small.
That's what I'm saying. They're like Cooper Cup,
Yeah,
except for way worse than Cooper Cup.
I mean, yeah, but he had Gronk.
He had
so, I mean,
Hernandez
like-
and Gronk.
But you have Kelsey,
Yeah, but
and I
like,
argue Kelsey's still better
Brady
than
had
Gronk.
2 Kelseys.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I just can't wait for it to be over. Because what's going to happen? Like, oh, the Chiefs won. Guess what? Even if the Chiefs win, like, my stupid legendary is not going to go up. It's just still going to sit at the same price it's been at. It's going to hover at $7,000. I'm going to have to take a loss on it. I know it already.
What'd you buy it for?
10.
The Mahomes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have not bought it, and like I had a couple people tell me to wait, but there was like the last sale before that was 12, and then the one before that was like 14, and I was like, well, fuck, 10-9, I'll take it. I took it, and I like should have waited because I think it was 2 months later it was down to like 65, but that was like you live and you learn kind of circumstance. I didn't buy another. I haven't bought another legendary since then.
Yeah. I did see you sitting on that, like you said, I saw you sitting on that the good old Mahomes PDF, the bottom of the list, the Twitter post.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that was funny. Like, yeah, what is that? I had the legendary. I had 2 debuts. I have a ton of commons, but like I don't know what they base that on. I was also like get this, Roy. I was also on the Lamar one. I don't even have. I don't even. Yeah, I don't even have his legendary anymore.
But I think it's based on how much money you spent.
That's not good. Don't tell me that, please. Don't tell me that.
I could be wrong, but I believe it's based
Oh,
on
I'm sure
dollars
you're
spent.
right. I'm sure you're right.
How much money did these people waste on Lamar Jackson? Let's list them.
Yeah, for real. With his 2 Series 2 Legos. Yeah.
I just
he
traded
was
for Mike Evans Series 2 Lego, which is a
Did
bunch
you?
of duplicate rares that I had.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I would like his Series 1, and I'm sad that I didn't get it when it was like hovering around 450 and now it's up to 1,000
Yeah,
again.
I wasn't gonna drop that. I just had like $325 in rares that I
Yeah.
traded.
That's a great point by Genesis. You bought that Mahomes in April of 2022. Lots of moments were way more and have lost more comparatively. That's true. Mahomes has been very even though it has went down, it hasn't went down as drastically.
Yeah, I think more to that though, my point is that it's not going to go up if they win the Super Bowl, right? Like
Well, it's
I
not
don't see
it's
it.
not from this season, so
No, I was
this
about to
is-
say,
yeah,
I don't
but
think
like,
it goes up with a Super Bowl. I think it can go up based on stuff they implement next year.
maybe
But you're not going to get a push on the Super Bowl game. No.
no. I'm just
or during the off season.
well,
people
if
do-
I was trying to relate it to like playbook, right? So in playbook, we already knew once someone was out and wasn't viable for playbook, that shit dumped, right? Well, now it's, if you look at it, it's still kind of comparable. Like once the Super Bowl's over, he's not going to be needed if they lose, especially. He's not going to be needed for Super Bowl playbook. If they win, you might get a little bit of a pump on Super Bowl playbook, but it's not going to be on the Lego because it's too expensive.
But that's
It'll
not,
be
that's
on
not
like
something that
debuts
people.
and stuff.
But that's not going to be something people dump like they did all the other moments. People aren't just going to be like, "Oh, he's not playing. We don't need him right now. Dump his moment." Like
I think you would have seen that already after the
Yeah.
leaderboard playbook ended, because that was based. The tiebreakers were based on legendaries too, right? So
right.
if you had the Mahomes legendary, you would ditch it at that point, I would guess,
Yeah.
if that was your intention.
I do like that series 2 draw it up though. Like, but there's only 16 of them, and I was arguing this point earlier in the chat, but because the only sale is $7,000, and now the low ask is 19.9. It's like it's never gonna sell for that. But I think that what you're seeing, I think OC had it right. Like that moment is in the hand of collectors, though. Like those people who did that, they're not going to sell it basically,
right.
unless they're going to make a huge profit. Because I mean, you had to lose so much to gain that one moment, right? So like it's super valuable.
They're posting it at 19.9. They're saying if it sells for that, cool, I'll make a ton of money. If not, I want the moment.
Right, because they had to burn 2 QB legendaries and et cetera, and a debut, right? Like, didn't they have to burn a Mahomes debut?
Mahomes debut, yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't a cheap burn for sure, but it is interesting still though that the only sale is 7,000. I'm wondering what the next one will be. You know what I mean? It kind of brings you back around to those ultimates. Those ultimates just don't sell.
Yeah, they don't sell.
Which is like okay, it would be cool to have. But what's the point of spending $700 on a pack for a chance at an ultimate?
Oh, if I pulled an ultimate, I would take like $5,000.
4, right? Yeah. Okay, that's what I was wondering too. I would definitely. You make it realistic.
Think that the one that's in there, like I don't expect to get 25 for it. Oh my god.
Sure.
But I do think that the one that's in this pack is going to be one of the more desirable ones because it's
for sure.
Mahomes' first
Super Bowl, right?
So
no, I totally agree with you. Whoever gets that is going to be set. But I think you have it right though. You sell it for like a reasonable amount. All these inflated, like the Justin Jefferson at $1 million. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, do you not want any money? You're basically
that's just
selling
4 guys. Like,
yeah. Like you're basically saying you don't want to sell it.
I think that they enjoy the boost on the account that they see when they go to check it out.
That's so stupid. It's not real.
Yeah, but it makes you feel better than seeing the red.
Yeah, but like,
yes,
but like Justin Jefferson, for God's sakes, Justin Jefferson.
Wow.
I mean, what's the most that if you had the money, if you were one of these guys and you had the money to buy it, what's the most you would spend on a Justin Jefferson? Seeing as that he already has 2 legendaries.
No, the crazy part to me, literally before you answer that question, I went to the ultimate page just to see all of them. To
with those guys, it turns into more like what is that moment of that determines its true desirability over the long term, right? Like, what is that? Just like some garbage random Lego that is just like thrown together, or is it actually like, I'm thinking of that Stefan Diggs one where it's that big playoff play. I can't remember exactly which one. Like, I think he makes a catch and scores a touchdown to win the game with 27 seconds left or whatever. But that sort of thing, is it that sort of play, or is it just like, oh, he made a somewhat decently nice catch that, while sure in and of itself is a great catch, it doesn't have any real memory.
It had no impact.
Yeah, for sure.
It was just a catch in the middle of the season. That really
and it's like, oh wow.
Yeah, they lost that game 21-7.
Yeah, for real.
Whatever it is. So I think that becomes important as
I like this last comment too.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I was about to say. That's what I was going to. I was looking at the ultimates, and like Justin Jefferson has a 1 of 4. He also has a 1 of 1. Like, what are we doing?
Those are all Genesis moments. We knew those existed from the 1-on-1s. Like,
oh, that's right. That's right.
but still not.
But
I mean,
like that, I
those
think
are
that
still,
shows
like-
where like those Jeffersons, the F4 ones, are in like collector hands, right? They're not going anywhere, and they're showing that intent by listing it for $1 million, and all 4 of them having that as the low ask, right?
Yeah.
Versus the person that randomly pulled that Genesis is like, well, I'm hoping to get this dollar value out of it.
That's true.
Mhm.
Yeah, because it was a random pull rather than a craft, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus how much did that cost? Does anyone know off the top of their head? I don't know.
think
how
it
much
was in
cost.
a premium pack similar to these ones.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The craft. How much did it cost to craft that stupid Justin
I think-
Jefferson?
It was probably about 3,500.
Yeah, so
A 10
Just
grand would be a
based-
sick profit.
just based off of crafting, that makes no sense, the price. So those 4 dudes, it makes me wish I would have crafted one now, because I would have sold it for 10,000.
Well,
10,000. You know what I mean?
You know, it was
Like-
based upon, it was gated by a legendary.
It was. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
So that's why it was a 4. And only
Yeah, like
cost
there was only
3,500.
what, like 7 people even able to do it.
There was only those 4, I think.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was it gated by? The Lego set. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
PW.
like
That's it.
there's
Yep.
3 different ones that you
100%.
could have had. I'm pretty sure if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Can we talk about how the 1-of-1 Justin Jefferson moment? They lost that game.
Right?
they
Like,
really?
that's what I
Oh,
mean.
man.
So,
What?
and what's the a 4 if you can pull that one up? Like,
And also, it's just he runs by the DB and it's a blown coverage. That's it. That's the whole play.
Yeah.
He walks into the end zone and they're like, boom, 1-of-1 Genesis moment. Best there is.
well,
Put it out there.
There's
keep in
our
mind
all
that's the
day play
creation,
pickers.
Like those are the first moments I'm pretty sure of that player ever created. Like they basically were the templates for the
Yeah.
for like the beginning
I
of the
mean,
blockchain. Like I'm
yeah,
doing
yeah.
a terrible job explaining it.
I know
but
what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, for sure. It makes sense. At the same time, though, that just goes back to our horrible all day staff picking.
can't wait to
weird
see a kneel down.
moments.
A kneel down. There we go. That's what we
Call-
need. Kneel
Call it
down.
a rush.
I think they're getting better. Like
Yeah, the moments are definitely.
Well, we
getting there.
haven't seen any moments in like, I don't know, 13 weeks. So
I don't think that's a bad thing.
no, I don't
But,
disagree with
like,
you. I just
those
think that they're all
playbooks-
going to get flooded.
They're all
when
going to
the
come at some point,
off-season-
though.
Well, they're coming right now. They're releasing a bunch more Series 1s.
Presley Harvin punt is legendary.
Dude,
Hey,
yeah.
you know what? It kind of is, though. I mean, it's a great punt. I don't know if you're being sarcastic.
I was
but,
about to
like,
say, if a punt is
if a
legendary, it's
pin-
that one.
If yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a great punt.
He
Lots of
punted the
game-winning
shit out of that
moments.
ball.
Yeah, he really did, dude. Yeah. There's the I don't know. I'm still surprised. Like the Devonta Smith triple badge legendary at $26.99 is like blowing my mind kind of right now.
You think that's low or high?
I think it's low.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I grabbed one
Yeah, me too.
when it was a lot lower. She's around
Um,
a grand, right?
like let's just put it into perspective like this. Like that Jamar Chase is 49. What is it? Where is it? 43.50, and he got knocked out of the fucking Super Bowl. So like, how is the triple badge? And the Jamar Chase isn't a triple badge. The Devonta Smith is a triple badge. I don't know. Some people just don't like Skinny Pete, maybe, but I mean, he is a little bit higher than Jalen Waddle, which is also a triple badge.
I mean, you got to say though, like Devontae Smith or Jamar Chase, as much as I love Devontae Smith, Jamar Chase is a lot more like high caliber, high profile receiver than Devontae Smith is, especially since he's on a team with AJ Brown, who most people think is better than him.
Well, I would compare AJ Brown, I guess, to Jamar Chase more so than
Chase is better than Jefferson.
Thoughts?
I don't
mean-
know about that. I don't know that his hands are better than Jefferson.
As much as anyone wants to believe and like talk shit about Jefferson because of that, how way too overhyped the Vikings were, which I agree with. Justin Jefferson's the best receiver in the league. Period. I don't think it's even close.
He went missing the 3 straight games. He could have broke the record at the end of the year. Good receivers do not go missing for that many games.
But he still had the
doesn't
most
matter.
receiving yards. It doesn't matter. He was
I
nuts.
think that
It
if I
doesn't
think
matter.
that
He
if
was well on pace to break that record, and he honestly, what do you have? He got shut down for like 3 straight games.
But
if
you
Justin
can't,
Jefferson
I
if
think
Justin
the
Jefferson
competition
had
got a
Joe
little stiff in
Burrow,
there,
it'd be a
too.
different story.
I was about to say you can't make the argument of he's not the best receiver in the league because yes, he got the most pass or receiving yards, but he didn't break a record.
Chase wasn't on a team with
It doesn't matter.
another legit number one who's playing with him too. Same thing with AJ Brown and Smith. You've got 2 guys who could be number ones on the team. Look at the stats.
That's not Jefferson's fault though. Jefferson's still a better receiver
Right.
than any
So
of them.
Jefferson sees more coverage theoretically than
Yeah.
either of those guys.
Jefferson's the best receiver in the league.
Who else catches passes on Minnesota?
Adam
No.
Thielen, I think.
Thielen, yeah, Adam Thielen, or
Yeah.
their
They have Hawkinson now, I guess. But
Hawkinson,
like,
but yeah.
Yeah, and
No way. Oh my gosh.
Justin Jefferson's easily the best. Like if I would sit down right now and you guys were talking about it last Wednesday, and I had the number 1 pick in the draft and or fantasy draft, and they said you have to take a receiver, there is no way I don't pick Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, you take
No
Justin Jefferson
chance.
over Chase.
It's
And,
literally
well,
100% of the time.
I don't know though. Is that a different discussion though? Only because there's T. Higgins and Boyd on. Well, for fantasy, I'm saying for fantasy, just for fantasy.
Well, it's more so
like,
you take Justin Jefferson.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is more so. So is he kind of inflated because
no.
he's the only one?
No, he's just. I mean, if you traded Justin Jefferson for Jamar Chase and they were in the same situation, you still pick Jefferson on Cincinnati.
Yeah.
No, I think you cried the whole time. Why are you throwing the ball to Higgins? Why are you throwing the ball to Higgins?
Again, the best part about all this is Phoenix always brings up wild stuff like his attitude doesn't mean he's not good. He's still the best receiver, no matter what variables there are. He has an attitude, cool. He's still the best there is.
I just think that the
he just
drop
wants
off.
the damn ball.
I think the drop off between the top receivers though is just so drastic. I mean, Jefferson, Chase, Higgins. Who?
Cup.
I mean, Higgins isn't even close.
I know Higgins isn't close, but
Yeah,
like
I think you go like Jefferson.
CeeDee Lamb. I don't think CeeDee Lamb's top 5. No way.
Top 5 right now, I would go Jefferson, Chase, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, but
like-
I don't.
Kupp's fine there.
I'm sorry, but just as Jefferson's last 3 games of the season stats: 1 for 15, 4 for 38, 7 for 47,
What's all the games before that?
11, 12, and 12.
Sure.
But then he also had a 3 for 14 versus Detroit.
How many receiving yards did he have?
3 for
divisional
33
game.
versus Dallas. That's
How many
1, 2, 3,
How many receiving
five,
yards?
five
Total?
games he didn't show up.
How many receiving yards did he have total?
I don't care.
1800.
This whole discussion
In 17
is pointless
in
because he has
17 games.
fucking Kirk Cousins as a quarterback. It's like a mute point.
Right. Was it
How many
Jefferson didn't
times? How
show
many
up,
times?
or
How
was
many
it
times did he
Cousins?
targeted in comparison too? I mean,
Well,
I don't know.
I
We
don't
need
know how
to
many
put,
targets he had.
Justin Jefferson.
How do
We
you
need to
grade
put
a
Justin
receiver?
Jefferson on the Chargers. And
See,
so that we
Diamond
can
said it
really
best.
see.
JJ couldn't handle the pressure. He can't handle the pressure. He did shit the last 3 games. Couldn't even score a touchdown. Couldn't even catch a ball. Got blanketed. I mean, good receivers show up.
He had
Kelsey-
more than he had 100 yards more than any other receiver in the league.
Yeah,
he
how many
missed
games?
3
How many
games?
games did Chase miss?
3, I
5?
think. 3, right?
I think 3 or 4. Yeah.
I don't know. To me, AJ Brown right now is like standing out as one of the top receivers in the league. But
I mean,
AJ
as much
Brown
and
is
as unlucky as he had, as unlucky as he was, Devontae Adams is still top 5.
You know what?
yeah,
Chase didn't have less than 5 receptions in any game. It looks like.
can you imagine what's going to
The
happen
only one
if
he
Aaron
did
Rodgers
did
goes to
have
the
less. He had a
Raiders?
touchdown. That's consistency.
Can you
I mean-
imagine if Aaron Rodgers actually goes to the Raiders? I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but if he did, it'd be insane.
Yeah, it would be absolutely nutty.
I would like to see that. I
Me
don't
too.
think they're going to let him. I don't think they're going to let him go though. They're going to keep him around.
Who, the Packers?
Mm-hmm.
No, they're not.
They said they were willing to deal. I get it, but like I know, but like, what? You're gonna like let him out? Yeah, Carr did meet with the Saints today. I think I'm not a huge Carr fan. Okay. I don't think he's like horrible, but I'm not a big fan of him. But I think it would be a waste for him to go to the Saints. I would rather, like, if I had a choice, if I was meeting with teams, I would rather go to like the Jets.
Yeah, I'd like to see him there too.
Fuck the Saints, dude. The Saints suck. I don't care what you do to the Saints. They're not good. So why would you waste your career going there? You're not going to save the Saints. Trust me.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
No.
It's not gonna work.
What's the one receiver that they got?
Olave.
Huh?
Oh, Chris Olave, yeah.
Chris Olave, yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. You got one receiver. So look how well
they
that
still
worked
have
out for you last
Thomas,
year.
too.
And you had the best receiver.
But I imagine Thomas gets cut.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just a horrible, horrible move. But I don't know. Maybe Carr's just stupid. I don't know.
Their players have certain places that they want to play also, I imagine, right? Like, I don't know where he's from, but maybe it suits.
Well, no one can figure out his accent, so I don't know.
Wait, figure out whose accent.
Derek Carr's.
Oh my god.
He's got like this weird
Fresno
weird
State accent.
yeah, like, it's like a twang, but he's not fucking from the South. I don't know. It's weird. No, I don't know. Go to the Rashad Shaheed and Olave. Yeah, you're right, Diamond. I mean, they do, but no thanks. Carr met with the Saints. Yeah, someone said that yesterday, and I just of all the places that you could go, I mean, I think what 5? I would rather go to the Colts.
No, you
than,
wouldn't. No.
Yeah, I would.
Would you?
If I was Derek Carr, yeah.
Probably a better situation.
I mean,
Yeah, I guess literally all they're really missing is a quarterback.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Jonathan Taylor's like, all right.
Jonathan Taylor's okay. I mean, you have Michael Pittman Jr. though, who's I think is amazing.
Pittman's sick. Yeah, he is.
I don't know. They don't have. Look how many Shaheeds Cook has. 110. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. I would rather go to. I mean, no one wants to go to the Colts, but at the same time, it is a better situation than going to the Saints. And then you got the Jets.
Well, the Colts also get a high draft pick, right? So they can give you someone around you right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're using that on the quarterback, probably, I would imagine.
That's yes, but I'm saying if they picked up Carr, they
But
could
if they
use
got
it on
Carr-
a stud.
Yeah,
I mean, Carr is what a top.
it'd be a nice fit for
15 at
Carr, but I
least?
think hopefully the Colts are done
I'd say-
grabbing stopgap quarterbacks and actually utilize that line that they wish they had for Andrew Luck.
Yeah, that's true.
I say Carr, and this may be pushing it, but I say Carr's close to top 10.
Yeah,
I
see,
mean,
I
You're
would-
right. You're pushing it.
You're pushing
Name 10 quarterbacks that are
Hey,
better than Derek Carr.
10. I'll give you top 15 though. 100% top 15.
Yeah, I'll take top 15.
You're gonna put Kyler Murray in front of Carr? Like
No.
he's okay.
No, but
I
I
like
would put
Kyler Murray.
Fields above him probably.
Yeah, I'd put Fields above him. Fields has a great arm.
If you had to say trust Justin Fields or Derek Carr right this second to get you farther, I think I go with Carr. Now,
Eesh.
potential wise, I would go Fields.
Farther on one
Pushing it off the
drive or
cliff.
far like what's farther?
Right now, I got Carr at 8 or 9.
See, I like that. Like who do you have before him? All right,
Allen, Hurts, Jackson, Herbert,
Mahomes.
Mahomes, Burrow.
Rogers.
But then you have the mix. You could put Carr in there with, I mean, an aging Rodgers. Kyler Murray's hurt.
Kyler Murray
I mean,
sucks too.
Dak Prescott blows.
Sucks.
Cousins is just average.
Sucks.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, but I would rather have Dak over.
And I mean, Fields.
You would rather have Dak over Carr?
Throw Fields in
Yeah.
it. But even
No
so,
way.
even if you
No
put Dak
way.
in there, that's Carr at 8.
I would disagree with you
Yeah, I like
on that.
I don't
Carr
know.
top 10, dude.
Seriously, you look at bring
I
up
just don't like Carr's
bring up a list of quarterbacks, and it's hard not to put Carr in around the top 10. It really
Two-
is.
Trevor's in top 10.
Yeah, Trevor's
Trevor's
top
in, yeah,
10.
Trevor's in the top 10, and I add Fields to that list.
Also, something that stuns
Kenny
me.
Pickett- Kenny Pickett-
I don't
Kenny
think
Pickett could be
CD
next
is
one, too.
top 5. I just don't see
Absolutely. CD, I would take CD over JJ.
Oh my
that.
god.
Wow, here we
Yep.
go.
Nope,
What is this?
I'm not-
What is going on?
JJ's a cancer.
Because
not
of his
talking-
attitude.
It's not
We're
gonna,
talking
it's not gonna be on a winner.
We're talking about his skill as a player.
Who cares?
I hope.
What do you
that
mean? Who
Tua
cares?
did
That's
retire.
all we
Who
care
cares?
about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
he didn't
if
show
you
up
could
for
throw
2
him the
games.
ball-
He couldn't do shit in the playoffs. He couldn't play versus average defenses when they played him right. I mean, come on.
Here's a question for you: who do you put higher, Jared Goff or Derek Carr?
Goff.
Right.
Goff.
So then
I'm
Goff.
just looking at the
Yeah.
ESPN rankings.
Yeah.
and a retired Tom Brady is above Derek Carr.
What's
Yeah.
insane to me is that list again. Going back to listening to the podcast you guys did last Wednesday, Goff was at like 19 or something, and I
Yeah,
was like,
really
wait,
low.
he goes nuts fantasy wise.
Mhm.
I just hate Justin Jefferson, by the way. So
We
no
know
matter
that.
what I say is going to be crazy.
Look, at least you know.
Well, obviously,
fair.
No, I know it.
obviously, Josh Allen, Herbert.
he's a hell of a
is
receiver,
the
but
man.
I just would not choose him. I would choose
Yes, I do
people
remember
above
that,
him
Diamond.
because of how they play
Ooh, St.
and
Brown.
how they show up in big games and what they do in crunch time. And
Oh,
I'm looking at other things.
Momita
where is
St.
Tua?
Brown. St. Brown is, I would say, in there too.
Yeah.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
St. Brown's amazing. St.
Tua
Brown's-
works at
He's
Costco or
12.
something.
yeah. Tua.
He's
I
hope
think
he
I
doesn't
would put
play.
him above Carr as well.
I wouldn't.
If he's
What?
healthy,
St. Brown's one of my favorite receivers.
man, what has Carr done?
I don't care, but it's more than Tua.
Nah. One actually has like the ability to drive an offense down the field, utilize his weapons. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have to go back and watch
You need
some
to wrap
tape.
him in bubble wrap.
I mean, okay, let's not forget that Devontae Adams was still like one of the top receivers in the league last year, even though the
For sure.
Raiders suck.
They
And
also
who was
didn't have
throwing in the ball?
any. They
You-
didn't have anyone else to pass
was-
to.
I was
He
about I was about to say
He
that
had
is
Hunter Renfro.
no,
No, injured majority
Waller.
of the season. Injured the majority of the season.
no, literally, and I will agree with Blaze on this one point. I do like Derek Carr, sure, but I was looking, and Devontae Adams was getting in the range of like 22 targets a game.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
he had some big target games.
It was disgusting.
Look at Genesis comment.
Tua's broken, bro. It's
Oh my
done.
God.
Pack it up. Pack it up.
I mean,
Yeah,
like I said,
I hope he
when
just
he's
never comes
healthy,
back.
which might not be ever again. We'll never know. Well, we'll know eventually. But
Mhm.
if he's able to be on the field, if I have to choose between the two, I'm taking Tua.
He's still in the concussion protocol.
He's out now, I think.
Is he?
I think it was just like a couple days ago, though.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say the last update was he was still in concussion protocol.
He'll be in concussion protocol and he's 74 years
But
old. so-
nonetheless,
Tua
he's
T, is
still
he
not
okay?
top 10.
I mean, does dude just like sleep with a neck brace on at all times so he can't like?
he has the
guard his
halo. He
brain?
has the big halo they use in practice.
one of those helmets he can like run into the walls full speed and it not matter. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
the guy's a mess.
So I'm
Pick
just
it.
looking
I
at
take him over
NFL.
Carr.
Yes, I would do that as well. Only because of the potential, right?
But still, that still puts Carr in like that 9 to 11 range though, with all the quarterbacks we mentioned.
Carr's up there, dude. It's not because I don't think it's here. Here, I'll even
I don't think it's
rephrase.
because he's good.
I don't exactly what you were about to say. It's not because he's great. It's because most of the quarterbacks suck right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they're really bad.
There's a lot of average quarterbacks out. I mean, you could put Carr up there, and you could say Cousins, and you could say guys like that. But it's like they're all interchangeable.
Yeah, he does.
Goff, Cousins, everything else.
No, what do you do right now? Do you like look out if you're the Cardinals GM? Are you like, man, I'm super glad we have hope or we have Kyler Murray? Like,
No, I
No.
would cut his ass.
but a lot of quarterbacks are doing that right now, or a lot of teams are doing that right now. Like, I know that Geno is probably going to get re-signed, but Geno's not like you're going to win a Super Bowl quarterback. Like, no one has.
Oh
that
my
right
God!
now.
Did you see Geno in the playoffs? You talk about classic fucking Geno.
But I mean, it's Geno Smith. Like, do we really expect a lot from that guy?
New York,
Well,
circa-
they
circa
sure
5 years
did.
ago.
I think they sure did. I mean, I
I
love
think
the
they have
people
to act
who are
like they do.
You know what? And I'm like, I always get murdered for this, but I love the people who are like, well, Geno's a step up from Russell Wilson.
No,
I
he's
don't think
not.
so.
The system.
don't
the
think
system
so.
made the quarterbacks in Seattle.
Yeah, I
And
just
having Marshawn Lynch to hand the rock to for 1,400 yards and like
yeah.
13 touchdowns a season, and he's going to go forward every time he gets the ball. That's
Well, I'm just saying it
Pretty
right
good
now.
luxury.
I'm not writing Russell Wilson off because of one bad
and
season.
think about the
Me neither.
receivers. He had. Think about the receivers too. You have two number ones. You have Metcalf and Lockett.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Lockett's
should be able to
tiny.
throw the ball.
Speaking of, so someone else who kind of needs a quarterback, but they kind of solved it already. I guess for the time being, is I could see Derek Carr going to the Rams, even though they just signed Baker. Like, I'm pretty sure Matthew Stafford's not going to play again.
They re-signed Stafford.
He's
Did they?
gonna come back? Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
dude is like, I mean, we're getting into Brady territory here, and no, he's like 38.
Yeah, I think
He's
he's
supposedly
37.
healing and going to be full strength again.
How old is Stafford, people?
He is 35.
35. I mean, he's getting up there, but whatever. Like, I think he sucks. He's always sucked. He sucked in Detroit. He sucks. I don't care if he won a Super Bowl or not. He sucked last year or the year before that when they did win the Super Bowl.
That's a tough motherfucker.
I hate him. I think he's so bad.
Stafford.
Yeah, Stafford. I would take Jared Goff all day.
No,
I would also take Derek Carr all day over Matthew Stafford.
You tell me if you rewind the clock and put Stafford on any other team.
we
you
did
can-
that. Detroit.
Yeah.
But you rewind the clock though. I mean, and you put instead of Detroit, put him on any other team coming up. That was halfway decent.
I mean, maybe, but you can't. You could do that with anybody.
Matthew Stafford is done. I'm sorry. He's never. I don't even know why they re-signed him. I would have cut him. I think they re-signed him out of respect because he won a Super Bowl for them. Well, he was part of a Super Bowl winning team for them. Whatever. He didn't win it.
Stafford was a solid QB.
Yeah, Stafford's always been pretty
Is.
good, and like you said,
He's always been an above average quarterback. He's
Yeah.
not the
He had a
elite
spinal injury this
quarterback,
year, which is concerning.
But for him to put up the numbers he did with a team like Detroit, like seriously.
He also had Megatron. Like, I mean, it's throw the
Well-
ball up there and he's going to catch it.
Yeah, he only had Megatron though.
Yeah.
It was
And his numbers were horrible, weren't they?
no.
I bet
No,
you
Matthew
Justin Jefferson
Stafford?
is better than
Yeah,
Megatron.
he's always had super good numbers.
yeah.
Someone said
It's more surprising than you would think. His stats are pretty gross. Let's see.
He's like I'm not even going to get into that.
Lions. He went
He has
4,000.
half as many. He has 169 interceptions and 330 touchdowns.
No, but he had
Yeah.
4,000 yards. He had 4,000, 2,500, but I think he was out for a lot of that year. 4,000, 4,500, 4,300, 4,300, 4,300, 4,600, 5,000, 5,000.
So he's
all back to back.
consistent.
Yeah.
Like he said, he's consistent.
And yeah, he threw a lot of picks, but that's also due to the fact that if Megatron wasn't open, no one was.
yeah,
I mean,
Right.
like,
yeah, like legitimately, there was no one else.
no.
just
Yeah,
watch
I
the
don't know,
replay
I've always
before
said-
hitting his
Throwing
shoulder,
Williams.
and then
Oh, yeah,
throwing-
Golden Tate was there. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, baby, representing.
I don't know. Well, I was looking at something else though, really quick. There's like the top wide receiver. We were on the top wide receivers, and they do have Justin Jefferson at number 1 and Tyreek Hill at number 2. But then it gets weird. So that's what I was kind of trying to talk about, which it's like, okay, you got Tyreek Hill, you got Justin Jefferson, and then it's like Stephon Diggs, AJ Brown, Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp. Like that's a pretty big drop off. And those guys are good. So then when you get outside of that, like what's after Cooper Kupp?
Wait, well, you know what though? You got a lot of number twos like Waddle. Like if Waddle was a primary receiver, what would he be doing?
Let's do it this way. Let's go by receiving yards this year. Jefferson 1, Tyreek Hill 100 behind. So there's your 1 and 2. We got that.
Mhm.
That's fine.
Right.
Devontae Adams 200 behind. So that drop off is getting there. But then AJ Brown, Stephon Diggs, CD Lamb, and Waddle are all together. Waddle's on the same team as Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
So that's wild. And then
Right.
it's Kelsey.
Yeah. Which I love that. By the
And
way,
then
I don't know.
Devontae Smith,
Right.
who is right there with AJ Brown. So I would agree. Like once you get past Jefferson, Hill, Adams, Brown, Diggs, it's
It's
number
like-
twos from the same
I
team.
think it's
Yeah,
just saying
yeah,
that
for sure.
Jefferson was force fed the ball, and
I
he's
don't
not
care
really that
like
good,
what the
and it proves
reasoning
it.
is, his
It proves
numbers
it because
and like the
look
way
at-
he
look at-
plays and his style, everything about him is better than everyone else that he just listed except for Tyreek Hill.
except he doesn't show up for big games.
Oh my god.
He had 100.
He's only been in the
he had
league for
100
what, 3
combined
years?
yards his last 3 games of the season.
Two.
After having
2
all
years?
those monster games, he
So
He's
they had
just
had-
already
he's been in
locked
the
up
when
for
his
2
team needed
years.
him the most, he didn't do shit.
They didn't need him in the last games of the season, though. They had already locked up the playoffs.
Yeah.
They take
It's
one of the
true.
games out of there. He
They
still
were
got
trying to
knocked down the
save
other
him.
two.
How many times
They were
was
trying to save
all right?
him.
Let's do a quiz for old for Phoenix here. How many
I do like St.
how many
Brown
more
than
targets?
Waddle.
How many more targets do you think Justin Jefferson had than Devontae Adams with 300 more receiving yards?
He probably had less, right?
Probably
No.
less.
No,
How many more
He had
targets?
more than Devontae Adams. I thought Devontae Adams had like the most targets out of anyone in the whole
We just
league
hit
this
22
year.
game.
yeah, I mean it was a lot for sure, but
So then
my
Jefferson
point
had
is
more?
Jefferson had four more targets and had 300 more receiving yards. He's better. I mean, that's just
I
That's
think
it.
a couple defensive backs that just accidentally fell down and he took advantage of it. Fuck it.
So he's good.
it's what he's supposed to do. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't change the fact that he's a little bitch. I'm just saying he's good, okay? Like
And I'm gonna.
Diamond did say something that was totally correct. That dude did doing the gritty in the end zone when he picked him off or whatever, and him going to the bench crying like a little baby. I mean, he's a little bitch. We don't have to say he's not. I'm just
No,
saying that he's
I'm
good.
not saying
Also
he's not.
Just mentioned something pretty cool there. McNabb AMA.
Huh? Oh,
McNabb
yeah.
and AMA just announced. That's sick. But no, I agree.
Who's that?
I agree that Justin Jefferson is a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
He's still really good at football.
He's just a good player.
Also,
McNabb,
can
really?
we
Why not? Where's Michael Vick? Man, come on. Who cares about Donovan McNabb? Fuck McNabb.
Deshaun Watson.
by the way, did we know that Devontae Smith had more catches than AJ Brown?
He had a pretty good little run there at the end. I
Good
think they're
game.
a great
Good
compliment
game,
to each other.
They
He
really
had
are.
that huge game early, didn't he?
Which is why they're going to smoke the Chiefs on Sunday. Because literally, who's going to cover AJ Brown and Devonta Smith?
But
Who?
admittedly,
L'Jarius
we were
Sneed?
saying the same
L'Jarius
thing
Well,
about
Hurts hasn't had to do anything. Does he remember how to throw the ball?
Hold on. Can all three of you remember that you said this exact same narrative?
That's
when
what
they
I
played
just
the
said.
Bengals?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Chase and Higgins. Who's gonna guard them?
I
It
know.
doesn't matter.
I know.
Also,
Their line was absolute fire the other game.
I was
which
about to say
I
that is
thought to be
one.
very surprising.
That's one thing that the Chiefs have going for them less than they did against Burrow is Hurts is mobile.
Yeah.
And he
I
can
did
get
not know
away
that.
from the pressure a little bit. Burrow seemed to just lay down when the pressure came. So we'll see if that affects anything. But the defensive line is nuts. And I said that the secondary sucks for the Chiefs. The defensive line can win the game, and they did. So we'll see if they can do that again. But Hurts can get away a little better, I think.
Mm.
He's pretty fast. Shifty.
Yeah, I do love that Joe Burrow. I fucking love that Joe Burrow. Michael Vick having his own NFT collection. I like that. Is it Pitbulls? I hope not.
Oh, jeez. We just gotta take
JJ.
it off of YouTube.
JJ crying in the EAD Discord. Yeah. Eagles O line is greater than the Bungles O line. 100%. Nick Bolton as a top
way
5 LB.
better. That's very true. I give you that. I think Nick Bolton's a great linebacker. He had the most tackles in the league this year, or close.
Yeah.
He's very.
I don't know. I think it's going to be. I really hope that it's like just this totally fire game. You know what I mean? Like it could be great.
Let's
I
get
hope that
predictions.
I hope that it is.
Let's get predictions. What? Phoenix. So you got score.
30-26 Kansas City.
Phoenix or Blaze.
24-18 Kansas City.
How's it feel to be on an island? I was there last week. It's weird.
Yeah,
Got to stick to your guns, though. Got to stick
you
in
go
there.
then. You go.
No, put Sting on the spot.
Should I spread it way out? I think Kansas City is going to roll.
Whoa.
35-21. Kansas City.
7-3, Philadelphia.
(24-21) Eagles.
He had to recall what the scripts they sent him said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He got on the Mahomes. He got on the Mahomes Twitter thing, and all those people got scripts of the games.
24-21. No, 24-21.
Company was
See, that's
Philadelphia.
what I'm saying. Everyone's saying like 35.
First half
Even I even
scores.
was going to go higher than 35.
Yeah.
The last couple times I've thought that it has not been that
The
way.
new overtime rules haven't really come into effect, so why don't the new overtime rules come into effect and it's like 54 to like 48, like
That'd be
last
crazy.
minute best Super Bowl in history,
Yeah.
like down
That'd
to
be
the wire.
insane.
Everybody scores in every possession, like it's crazy.
That would mean that Jalen Hurts really had to show up, though.
Yeah, 380 yards and 6 touchdowns.
See,
Yeah.
that's what I'm afraid of. Like, that's what I'm
Just like
afraid.
I said, he's
That's what I'm
awesome.
afraid of with Hurts is I
Oh my
love him from watching him at Alabama. He was a super fun player to watch. Like I love Hurts. He went in. I got to cheer for Kansas City here, but the problem is with Hurts, they depend so much on that like great run game to open up the pass. I don't think in the second half they'll be able to do that. I think he's going to have to just throw the ball a lot, and I don't think that's what he wants to do. Like I'm not saying he's not good and he can't do it. Like he probably can, but like I don't think that's their game plan is like drop the run, sling the ball 100 times. They don't want to be in that spot, I don't think. And that's where the Chiefs are going to put them.
And that's
You know what? I
that's where
think
Hurts is
the
gonna have
Eagles
trouble.
are getting. I think the Eagles are getting super mad disrespect because everyone is on Mahomes' nuts so bad.
The Eagles are favored, aren't they?
I mean, not anymore. They started out favorites until Patrick Mahomes' ankle started clearing up, and then everyone jumped on that bandwagon.
I mean, I thought they were like still favored overall. Are they not? Maybe
No.
not. Oh, Tony's hurt.
Yeah, I told you that. That's what I'm saying. Who's he going to throw to?
Limited though. He's fine. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
I'm sure he'll play.
The refs killed him.
Oh my god. Here we go with that again.
It's so true. It's
I-
as long as you have judgment calls made by humans,
Yeah.
it's going to be swayed one way or another.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, let Patrick Mahomes rerun that play. It didn't go so well.
Exactly.
So we're just going to run it back
You guys
and just redo it.
One ref out of all of them actually.
Just redo
yeah,
the play.
yeah,
Just,
okay.
have a do-over, Patrick. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's
You know,
okay,
you-
buddy.
like everybody says, you can call a penalty on every play, but when you pick and choose to call it like at the most opportune moments for certain teams, 6 or 8 times a game, there's an agenda.
Yeah.
It's not
Speaking
rigged.
of-
There's an agenda.
Speaking of
Blaze,
like,
you're not in with this psychotic nonsense, right? Whatever they're talking
long as
about.
it-
There
no
was
involved, it's
1,000% roughing the passer call that should have been called against Joe Burrow.
That's
No ifs,
yeah.
ands, or
But there's always calls like that.
yeah,
yeah, but I mean,
that
they-
that would have given them the
and it
first
would have
down.
changed the game.
Yeah,
okay.
And
and
it was so
what-
early.
1,000% if that was Mahomes,
It would have been called. They would
Okay.
have brought a stretcher out to take him to the sidelines to then check him.
And
And then
then they
called,
wouldn't have
like,
charged them a
5
timeout
timeouts.
because there would have
Yeah.
been some fucking
Yeah.
weird.
It would have
rule
been an
thing.
injury timeout for the refs
because
so
they
that
had to
could
fix
go-
that chain that accidentally got ripped
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
And you see the guy on the sideline going like this, like, wait, it's Mahomes.
Yeah. That I don't know. The whole run it back play
Really gets
was
one
just ridiculous, dude. I could not hang. That play didn't just happen. Let's just do it again. I couldn't. I was beside myself.
There was let me break this. I
Six
can't.
non-pass
can't.
interference
No,
calls on
let me-
San
you
Diego
can't
versus
deny
Jacksonville.
that.
Six in a row.
There was a ref in the middle of the field waving his hands to stop the play before it was snapped. They showed the replay.
I don't even care about that play. There was without a doubt
Like,
the roughing the passer should have been called. Like right in front of the ref, standing center field. Joe
Yeah.
Burrow literally
I'm-
stood up right like 3 feet from the dude after he was pushed down to the ground a good 5 seconds after he passed the ball.
I'm not disagreeing with that one. Also, Isaiah Pacheco running into the end zone ended up being a field goal on a hold that just didn't happen. Crazy call, other way around, right? So you're talking about 7 or 3 instead of 7. It goes both ways, 100%. Everyone was
Six
whining
straight
about the late hit.
non-pass interference calls. Jacksonville versus San Diego first half.
What did you just say?
There were 6 straight non-pass interference calls. San Diego versus Jacksonville in that first half. That game should have never been that far apart.
Los Angeles, you mean?
San Diego doesn't even play
Oh,
football.
whatever.
We're
whatever.
talking in
Well,
code.
Are the Chargers?
Chargers.
They suck so bad. Who cares? Who cares where they're from? They're just losers.
Oh
So
my god!
you-
Hey,
you-
that's your boy Herbert. What? How dare
You
you?
have people whining about
don't like
the hit at
Herbert.
the end of the game when Homeboy literally said that he hit him late. Like, I mean, there's so many things that went on. I do agree with Blaze. The roughing the passer call should have been called. Burrow knew it. Everyone knew it. But it doesn't make sense. I mean, there was literally a hold that a guy blocked perfectly. Isaiah Pacheco runs through a hole, gets called a hold. Sure. Field goal. 4
Mhm.
points gone. It's the same way. I
They
mean,
had to make it up because they were playing such bad calls versus the other team. It's like we got to make it look halfway.
sure, they made it up and then
Yeah.
they won.
What about the fact that Jalen Hurts and the Eagles don't like? Well, let's just go with Jalen Hurts. Has no legendary, but brain dead Tua does. Why is that?
Jalen Hurts will get one.
Papper.
Huh?
They just like to dapper.
Yeah, I mean he'll get one. AJ Brown has like 4. Why does Jalen Hurts not have a fucking legendary yet?
I mean,
I don't know.
to be honest, and that's one thing
Eagles
I do
fan,
agree.
where are you
that's-
at?
No, that's one thing I do agree with Phoenix on. He really hasn't done anything crazy.
Well,
I mean, like he's led the team well and won games, but he hasn't been like really good.
He's managed every game and done well and not made
He
mistakes.
hasn't lost, but he's not great. Like
Like I said, I want to see if he can actually win a game. Win the game.
it's just some
himself.
crazy nonsense.
oh man, look at that. That's funny, Lecky. I like it. Yeah, we do need robots. But we also need smart robots that are like, no, that wasn't a penalty.
I
if it
just
gets
still
called."
cannot believe people blame the refs in football. It's insane to me.
It's
We had a group chat
it-
going. Phoenix was trying to get me to go to I believe the Illuminati is the greatest thing ever.com and all this other crazy nonsense. Like he just talks about conspiracy theories
Oh,
of
okay.
interviews of weird shit and it just doesn't make sense. Like,
Oh.
did you see the Alien documentary where they talked about football gambling?
Dude,
I just like,
that was
Jesus.
Donna
Oh,
Hayes.
that right.
That was the
that's
Donna
right,
Hayes
that's right,
documentary
that's
on
right.
Netflix, and go watch it and watch how the mob runs sports.
And
Just
he
go watch how the mafia runs.
I bet he
sports.
also believed the dude that went on Barstool Sports and said that he got scripts before every game. Like,
Oh, Arian Fox is a
completely
little-
I mean,
crazy.
the FBI has
What was that dude's
investigated
name?
and charged the basketball refs. So.
I mean, how about the ref that's ref? How about the ref that's had 28 Boston Celtics games in the past 2 years and it's 26-2 when he refs a Celtics game. Think about the Celtics overall record, and when that refs, they win.
They
98% of their fucking games. That's impossible.
It's not impossible.
Mathematically impossible.
No, it's not. They're
No
gonna
ref. They're
Right.
26-2. Look at their overall record.
Is
It's
anyone talking
mathematically
about how?
phenomenal.
I'm
how
saying they
Alday
could
is,
have been
down
they could have
3%
been
right
good
now?
and won that game on that same night if he wasn't the ref. You just
26-2.
chalk it up to that.
26.
That's crazy.
It's the
What
refs.
is
not.
going on?
Watch the documentary. That's what refs do. They don't like somebody, they call the game
they
against
have
them.
their own personal biases, just like
They,
every
all of
human
them
being.
do.
They
That's
don't like
why
that
we have
coach.
gambling. That's why we have Vegas. That's why we have odds. That's how we have them. If a referee just refs a certain game, that's what bookies do. That's how you handicap games. It's just the way the world is.
And you don't think it's ever happened where a ref that they handicapped the game for lost the bet?
Of course they do. But
So it's not rigged.
so yes, it
Hey,
is.
look at that last comment.
watch the damn documentary and show you how they do it.
KCC, I agree with you. AI does need to judge. I mean, I don't know
Chiefs
how
are
they're
0-5
going to
with Jeffers as the white hat, and he has the white hat in the Super Bowl.
Ooh. So
I
where
mean,
do you
it
stand?
doesn't bode. Diamond, shut up! Like, don't say that.
You can't say that here.
Yeah, it's not allowed.
It's just so the thing is, I agree. Okay, people should have or could have personal biases, sure. And I'm not ever gonna say that penalties aren't called because of like personal reasons and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean the game is rigged. There's a difference. There is a difference, right?
Okay, so Sacramento and LA, when you had 38 foul shots to like 2, and they actually said they rigged the game. They said it.
Okay, maybe one game, sure.
No, they did that all for a whole how many seasons? Go watch the damn documentary.
Arizona State as well, I believe.
Point State
University.
You know
With
what
Hideki. He would rig the
time.
point spread and just make sure that they always scored.
I understand there are cases of rigging, right? That's a documented
It's
case. The
granted,
Arizona State
though,
thing, I've actually heard
it's-
about that.
Why is there
But
a
it's not
gambling
just
industry?
all games
If-
ever. Like,
Okay, we have a gambling industry, so there is bias in everything. Everything is corrupt. Look at FIFA.
I don't want to look at FIFA. It
Look
doesn't
at
matter.
Every single governing body of sports. Why do you think Goodell makes $50 million a year? God, it's a business.
How do you think the Knicks got Barkley?
What?
Wait, $50 million a year is less than a lot of normal single players on the field. You know that, right? That's not a lot of money to them.
$50 million a year. Who? How many people are making $50 million a year?
No, I'm not saying a lot of people are, but like
Goodell makes $50 million a year.
that's low for the
I don't
whole
think so.
commissioner.
Google it.
Man.
How many players make more than him?
A lot,
A lot per year.
right? Is it not a lot?
It is not a lot. It might be Patrick Mahomes.
It's not Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes doesn't make that much money.
In terms of guaranteed money is what I'm thinking of.
That's like Biden saying he created 12 million new jobs.
And that's
He made 64 million for basically 4 years.
12 million jobs
Yeah.
came back from COVID. There you go.
So he
can
doesn't
alter
make-
facts or alter your reality all you want.
He doesn't make $50 million a year. He made $63.9 million in 4 years.
Who did?
Goodell.
What do you make?
63.9.
in 4 years.
Yeah. I'm looking at it too. But the thing that's insane to me, right, is like you're
And he literally does nothing.
and I'm not okay, let's even go all the way back. I'm not going to say every game isn't rigged, right? The thing that's my argument, and you have to just listen to me here. It could be every game could be rigged. Every game could be corrupt. Every ref could be
63.9 million
corrupt.
was for one season, just the 2019
No, it wasn't.
2020 season.
And 2020 to 2021.
Okay,
Literally
so he
says
was
that.
31 point. Okay, so he makes 32 million a year.
So what I was saying, every game could be rigged. Every ref could be corrupt. Every team could be corrupt. But you cannot say, just go watch the documentary as your proof. That's my point. That's my whole point of this. It's
I'm just saying
all
it also
opinion.
doesn't need to
You're
be
saying-
every
you're saying-
single person. It
saying
just
that
needs to be
it's-
the people that are like the Arizona State thing. It just needs to be the people that are in control of the game.
Yeah, there's
know that they
documented
need to-
cases of it.
No,
Who
But that's
won the
it.
playbook
dude,
leaderboard?
there are complete seasons of it.
Who won the all-day
It
leaderboards?
doesn't happen in every game. It doesn't
Playbook
happen every
leaderboards. I didn't
CZ.
see that.
week. It doesn't happen. And it's not going to change. Sometimes it doesn't even change the outcome of the game, but it alters everything.
Good times.
Yes.
I don't know about that, man. I actually heard someone I heard someone say the national championship was like somehow rigged this year, and Georgia beat the piss out of TCU, and then they were like, it was rigged. It's like, no, they weren't. They played a team called the Horned Frogs, and they wear purple uniforms. They were going to get crushed.
And they had 37 4 and 5 star players versus 3.
Yeah, it's like that's not rigged.
No, that's just
Like-
an ass whooping.
Like I don't.
Stacked odds. I don't know, but I think I'll stand alone on my island, and I think that the
That is true. No
fucking
tailgating was allowed. Rigged.
Eagles-
The TCU would have crushed them if tailgating was allowed.
Mm.
I like that, dude. That's Phoenix.
No, it's not,
Yes, it is.
dude.
Yes, it is.
I'm just saying that
It is
yeah,
always rigged because I
you-
didn't like it. Exactly.
Nope.
100%. Now, if it goes your way, if the Bengals win that game, if they don't let Patrick Mahomes replay a play that was called dead,
it would be
you
rigged.
don't say a word.
I still say rigged.
I still say it. It is what it is.
So you say rigged against the Bengals then?
I like. I
not
said,
every
it's like
game. Not every game
It
is
doesn't
like
take a
that.
lot. It doesn't have to be about rigging to win or lose.
No,
It can
it's
be about-
just leaning one way or another, and one play changes the outcome of the game. 1 third down, non-call, non-hold, or hold, whatever, changes the whole entire outcome and momentum of a game, and that's the whole point. You're not rigging the whole game. There's not a script. It's not like, but strategically, you make 1 or 2 calls and they lean one way, it changes the entire outcome of everything moving forward.
So the same ref, here's my point, and I agree with you. So okay, I can get behind that, right? I can get behind that. Like maybe the ref gets mad, or not gets mad, doesn't like a player, so they're gonna call a penalty to like slow their momentum down. Okay, I can see that. So the same ref that let Mahomes run the third down play again didn't or called the hold that wasn't a hold against Pacheco. Is that what you're trying to say? That makes no sense. Why?
Well, was it the same ref?
Why is it the same ref?
I mean, it could have been. Do we know it wasn't?
Well, how many refs are on the
One
field?
was-
I don't even
one
know
was a
that
bad,
answer,
one was a
but it's
fraud.
I
like,
don't even know that answer. No one knows that.
Refs have-
there's
ref-
gotta
refs
be at
have
least
positions too.
6.
I love it. What do they not talk to each other? Be like, I'm going for this team. You go for that team. Is
Well,
that
they
like
all
the plan?
have certain responsibilities. I assume it's like linesmen in hockey.
They
and
all have
stuff,
positions.
right? Yeah.
Such a mess. It is such a mess, dude.
Yeah, we really ruined this last 10 minutes.
Absolutely.
Buffalo
insane.
doesn't win 38-6. Phoenix rigged. Diamond, that's like the worst picture of Justin Jefferson you could have ever found in my whole life. Oh my god, it's awful.
But that is for a majority of people. I'm not saying you guys are like that, but I'm just going to end it with the majority of people use rigged to their advantage. Their team doesn't lose, it's rigged.
Of course.
Their
people
team-
people are gonna bitch and cry about
Blah
it.
blah blah. Right. So let's
Hey,
just say we're not doing
Sasquatch
that.
is real, okay?
The thing is, I'm saying this about games that I really don't give a shit about.
Sasquatch would have made that roughing the passer call.
Fuck
That's all that
yeah, he
matters.
would have ripped that ref.
No,
in
no
half.
one would have seen it.
He's just camouflaged really well.
Oh my
It's a
god.
whole mess, my guy.
Oh man, look at this. Hold on a second. I can just have to do it.
I wonder if the URL shit that isn't real.com is taken. Hold on one second. Because I am going to take it if it's not. Dude, shit that isn't real.com. I can get it for a penny right now.
Can
Let's
you
go.
see that?
Get it.
What? Add to stream? Let's see. Oh my God. That's your number one right there, baby.
Oh my god, it's horrible. Horrible, horrible. He looks like a chick.
I mean, he's the best there is. I don't care what anyone says. Dude, have you seen the thing where Odell Beckham Jr. give him and Jamar Chase a bunch of money on after the LSU national championship? He's like
Yeah.
throwing dollars at him. That's the only reason Justin Jefferson went pro early, according to Jamar Chase.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, so he has been in the league for 3 years. I'm wrong. Jamar or
Yeah,
Chase has been in
Jamar-
for 2.
Two, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
That's what I thought,
Jefferson
because
had
he
to
doesn't
leave
have a
year early.
triple. Jefferson doesn't have a triple badge. That's the only reason I was thinking that.
Yeah, you're right. Sasquatch makes 60 million a year, hands down. Oh my god.
Are
dude.
we buying anything? I'm not buying anything. So you
Um,
guys want to talk about what you're buying? Because I'm not buying shit.
let's talk about how I went to OTM and I was like, damn, my account shot up randomly, and I forgot that I got that Devontae Adams sitting in my account from you.
I
My
sold
my
my
account.
Brock Purdy
Oh,
for
God.
135, and then purchased the rares from the 2022 historical.
I
or
saw
Hall of
that.
Fame.
Yeah. I saw
What
you
did
got
you
like
do?
I sold Purdy,
Uh-huh.
135,
Uh-huh.
and then I bought the rares from the 2022 Hall of Fame inductees.
like Cliff Branch and all them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that.
I figured they will come in handy at some point during the off season, and they were relatively cheap. So
Well, not only that, but like
and
they're
then
not,
they got me that bottle, the gate to the pack, the premium pack.
oh, that's pretty cool. Not only that,
It just
but like,
happened. Like I bought them 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah.
you're not going to lose out that much on those moments individually as people will on Purdy. I
No.
don't think.
Purdy
Like
sucks.
Purdy's going to plummet.
Yeah. The
If it
only
hasn't
thing that
already.
no, it's at 100. The only thing that I've been buying,
Is it really?
I sold it's at 100. I sold one of my
That's a
Herbert
buyback.
debuts, and I'm up to third. But this is just like the most daunting task I've had to do in all day is trying to complete Series 1 locked in. And it's not because it's expensive, it's because there's so many goddamn moments.
There are a ton.
I'm up to 31 of 61, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm
over
at
it.
like 47 or something, and I'm just
Yeah, I'm like,
so many
Jesus,
players that
I
are just uninspired.
Oh my God, KJ Osborne, Ryan Tannehill, Demario Davis, Brian
you didn't even
Edwards,
name any of the worst ones.
Marquez Callaway,
So the
Jacoby
only-
Myers, Cam Sims. They're all garbage. This is the worst set in history. Why did they make it the number one or whatever they want?
The only one I'm looking at buying is I'm still waiting for Jamison Williams to drop.
It ain't happening, bud.
I know it's probably
You
not
missed your
happening. I was the
chance.
one that said that.
He will not
But-
drop below 100. I guarantee it.
CeeDee Lamb at $135. You gotta be joking.
I
my
just
ass.
grabbed one at 118. I was
Fuck
happy
is
about that.
Najee Harris at 88. That is like
I don't care what
I don't
anyone
even
says. Najee Harris is going to come back with a vengeance next
Agreed.
year, especially
Think
with
so?
Pickett
Yeah.
and Pickens and the whole squad that actually can get the ball down the field and not have to have him.
I mean,
run
he played
40
all
times.
year though.
Yeah, but he doesn't. Yeah, but he had to run 40 times a game.
Yeah,
Now
so you
actually
would think, yeah, I know the Three Badgers. The only thing,
People put 8 people in the box against him and just stopped the run. That's all they had to
100
do.
is your buy point for what? Purdy or JMO?
JMO.
CD.
Let's just keep naming people.
No.
Yeah, whatever.
Purdy.
Oh, fuck that.
100? That's high.
Yeah, I would.
No,
I would.
the JMO.
I won't spend 60.
Oh, Jameson
JMO,
Williams.
yeah.
I would say that too, and that's
Wayne
honestly
Johnson.
because it's a cult classic. It's like the dude isn't even like relevant.
T. Higgins.
Jame-
he's
no,
gonna get
Jameson Williams is
so
gonna-
much hype. I can't
What's
wait.
crazy is
play.
Jameson Williams. I agree. If it ever hits 100, I say everyone buy that solely because he is going to be as good as he's hyped, I believe. And it's going to be shocking.
Yeah, but like George Pickens
He's better than George Pickens by far.
wasn't okay. Listen, George Pickens wasn't like hyped up to be all that crazy of a player. He was like, oh yeah, he's like a little bit thuggish or whatever, and they were like, man, like he could do good.
I mean, he was
but-
hyped up to be top 10 and held out of top 10 because of his attitude.
Yeah, and he already has a fucking legendary that's like amazing because he performed. So I'm just saying, he
But
wasn't-
he got a full season, whereas Jameson Williams was coming back from an ACL injury.
Yeah, Jameson Williams had 4 games and they only put him on the field 15% of snaps.
another reason
And that
why.
week, the person
I
who
mean,
won
that's
money
like
was the
saying
fastest
that- that's
player
like
on
And
the
he
ball.
had that ACL injury, and they still took him 12th overall.
And
Yeah,
he was the
I
fastest
just-
when he kept coming back from that injury in what? A little less than a year? A little less than a year, right?
He's
I'm
gonna
just
be
saying
a
it's
stud,
kind of one
dude.
of those things you got to wait and see, though. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm saying I'm
It's
not
just
saying
risky.
Every
It's-
player
it's-
has the
it's
potential
risk.
to bust, but
yes, he could be a
for
bust.
a
I
guy
think
that
his
has
potential to be a bust is so low.
388
is that true,
rookie
Chapman?
debut moments.
Chapman, is that true? Pickens was coming off at ACL too.
Not
But-
at different timelines.
Yeah, Pickens came out of an ACL injury and played his
In
he,
college last
he
year,
played
right?
his last game in the national championship after coming off an injury. Jameson
Oh, okay.
Williams went out in the national championship
Oh, okay.
and then went all off season with an ACL injury.
Yeah,
And
I
still
don't.
was the fastest player on the field when he returned.
I don't know that Pickens though. Like that's a
I would love
definite
to have that
buy.
Lego.
That's a definite buy for me.
Jameis,
No, dude,
and you
J-Mo
got to
Burn
think
is hilarious.
they're
That had to be an accident for whoever did.
the number one JMO was burnt.
No, just one J-Mo.
Oh,
One
I thought you
J-Mo
meant the
burned
number one. I was
also.
like, oh my god. But no, another thing too is you're gonna have those big catches out of Pickens. He's a big receiver. He has better, I would say, not better hands, but he's more of like the flashy catcher that Jameson Williams is for sure. But Williams is just that speed, like I'm gonna blow by everyone and catch it. He's a Tyreek Hill, but way bigger,
Better than JJ.
way faster than JJ. I don't know about a better receiver overall. That's what we'll have to see. We'll have to see if it develops like that. But he's in. I mean, he runs like a 4.08 or something dumb.
Yeah. You know,
doesn't
I
make
got
sense.
into this conversation a little bit about like, and I'm only bringing it up because that George Pickens is a Series 2, and I just really don't like Series 2. And just I just wanted to throw out an example, and the Justin Herbert Series 2 iconic is $735, and my Series 1 is like 3,000. So if that doesn't tell you that there's a difference between Series 1 and Series 2, then I don't know what people
But it
are
doesn't.
looking
It
at.
doesn't. There's not a difference in
imagine-
Series 1 and 2 if they don't have a 1. Like Pickens' debut rookie is season 2, so
Right,
that is
exactly.
his 1.
Yes,
So,
I would
like,
agree with that.
If they
I
have
would
a
agree
2
with
and a 1, of course 2 is going to be worse.
Yeah.
But they don't have like Jameson Williams. They shouldn't have made his moment. Actually, I don't think. I think it should have been a season 3 debut. Would have been what they should have done.
It would have made sense.
So then it would have been a rookie moment.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Yeah,
true,
that's
too.
a
It
good
wouldn't have
point.
been a
That's a good
triple
point. Okay, you're right. You're right. I disagree with me.
I don't know. I think that honestly, one of the things like that All Day did do right was that George Pickens. I mean, and they kind of just lucked out that it was such an amazing catch that they couldn't not make it a moment. Does that make sense? Like
That's true.
it was just so legendary.
That like set him into the all day world too. Is like one of the best
Yeah.
catches, triple badge, legendary.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. it's
it definitely
completely
set him up.
deserving. It's
Yeah,
completely
100%.
deserving of it. It's like one of the only moments that I would say is like truly a legendary moment and worth $800. I mean, realistically.
And that's one of the ones that no matter what it is in series 2, right? But like I said, it's his rookie. I don't think
Yes.
that one really, no matter how many years this goes by, no matter if things go up, down, people are going to say the platform's going to plummet. Sure, maybe. That moment doesn't. I
No.
think that one stays relevant for
Mhm.
way longer than most. Like, I mean, like, even if everything else goes down, I don't see that being, you'll never find that moment sub 5. There's no way.
I don't think so either. I would be as bold to say sub 6. It's flirted with like 675, I think, and it immediately gets snatched up.
Yeah.
But like, so there's one other one that you could kind of relate to that, and it's freaking that running back on the Seahawks. What's that guy's name?
Kenneth Walker's. Yeah.
Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
But like, it just
It doesn't have the same oomph.
yeah, it
It
doesn't have the
He's
same pop.
he's a running back.
Yeah, he's a running. I don't know, like the little what do they call those little icon, those little like avatar things that the picture that it
I
shows
just call him the icon.
the icon or whatever
the-
for George Pickens laid out like
yeah, it's
this.
amazing. Yeah.
Is
The
like
preview image.
I have to have that. Yeah, preview image. That's good. I have to have that. You know what I mean? It's just so good. Whereas, yeah, like the Kenneth Walker. I mean, the Damian Pierce. We already know that was a waste. But
All right, so to finish this up, one moment, if you could, I'm not saying, I know you said you're not buying right now, Sting, but like if you go, let's go bottom of the barrel. Let's go moments under $10 that you think are going to be way higher valued. And I'm not talking about like,
hero.
so like,
image.
all right, so no one say this one because we're giving an example. The Jonathan Taylor, absurdly way too low. I'm just going to put that out there. It's going to be $10 next year. Easy, I think. So name one like that you think people should stack. And I'm not going to say Elijah Mitchell because I own like 4 million of those and it's not going anywhere and never will. So it's done. It's done. I tried and it didn't work. It dances between 4 and 5. Okay, that's all I got.
Yeah.
So Phoenix, what are you stacking right now for like double, triple, quadruple profit going into offseason and next year?
I think Mac Jones and Pickett are going to be big next year because look at Hurts right now. He's around what, 18, 19, $20, kind of all that, making it deep into the playoffs. You know, I mean, I could see that. I could see them having that kind of value later in the season, or if they hit in some challenges.
I like Mac Jones a lot. I think Mac Jones is going to be one that might dance up into the 20-30 range again.
Yep. And then we'll pick it, and I think he's got the potential to actually be that guy in Pittsburgh long term. So why not him?
Yep. I like those two. Blaze, what you got? If you were to pick the quadruple 100 times your money common,
100 times.
like 3 times is fine.
So it's got kind of a thick wall, and I told you guys about this one earlier on in the week. But I really like the Michael Thomas one. I think he's going to get cut from the Saints, find his way into a situation where his heart is actually in it. He'll be playing for another contract. And at $4, I've been grabbing as many as I can underneath that. If they drop to 3, snatching them up. And like I said, pretty thick wall there. But after that, those $67 $4 ones are gone, which I imagine you'll see a lot of action on it when he signs. It's pretty thin after that.
I can agree. We talked about it a little bit. I'm not on the Michael Thomas train, but I do agree that as soon as he swaps teams, it goes up. Like as little or big as it does, I think it definitely goes up. I just don't know how much. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad move at all. If, like I said, if he gets picked up by anybody else, it goes up. So,
Yeah, I don't think he's wanted to play in New Orleans. He's got his contract. He's got his money. But you could see, like, he still had it when he played earlier on in the season. He got his 4 games in that he was required for the contract. And now he's basically holding out, right? But he had a touchdown every single game. So you can't argue with that.
I like that. I just
what
don't
you got,
see it.
Sting?
Bring that up. Look at this moment right here. This is, if you don't buy this, you're stupid.
$6 Herbert. That's the
Look at
one.
Look at the average sale.
Yeah. I don't know why Herbert's $6. I mean,
I have 24 of them already, but I'm gonna keep buying them if they're $6. I'll get to like 50, but at an average sale of $39, say you miraculously we get a bull run again and fucking All Day takes off, because that's what it'll take for All Day to take off anyways. If you have a $6 moment that goes back up to $39, I mean, could you ask for more than that? I mean, I don't think you can, because your legendary is not going to go, oh, okay, your legendary goes from 6,000 to 7,000. Whoop-de
Well, Mac Jones going up to like back to 60 or 70 or wherever the hell he was.
Yeah, I don't know. So, anyways, if I was you, I would buy
if I were me,
Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, all their commons, and I would buy as many as you can, because if you do your research, go look at their average sales. Eventually, they'll get back to their average sales again. And I'm sorry.
So you don't think that the circulation that was much lower impacted those average sales at all?
What are you talking about?
Well,
the circulation has gone up.
right? But they let him out little by little, and people were
the
selling him for a
availability
lot
of
more.
those moments were a lot less when those moments were selling at those prices.
Yeah, I mean, you could make that argument.
And
for
like their
sure.
jersey and number 1 sell, and it jacks that average price way up.
Yeah.
So that's another
Which is
thing.
super true. But then if you're
6
gonna
is
go
way
by
too
that,
low. I'm not arguing that.
If you're gonna go by that though, like let's go to Trevor.
CD Lamb,
I think
is another one.
The thing that separates Michael Thomas from these guys is we know that he, like in all likelihood, isn't getting another moment until the season starts.
I
and they
think
start
Diamond's
Series
right.
3.
You like really love the Saints. Are you super jacked up for Derek Carr?
No. I've always enjoyed Sean.
Ready
Payton
for the
and
car.
Drew Brees. I'm more of a player guy.
So okay, so let me just like throw this at you because I don't know, and you do know a lot more about circulation than I do. I'll totally admit that. But let me just throw these numbers at you, okay? That Justin Herbert, the low ask right now is $6. The average sale is 39. The top sale is 2,000. Okay.
Yeah.
If you look at Trevor, the lowest ask is $8. The average sale is only $27. And the top sale is $2,500. So 2,500. So Justin Herbert's common is an average
Comparatively,
Of-
way too low.
comparatively $13 higher average sale, $13 higher sale
Right,
than
but
the Trevor Lawrence.
I think if you were to look at the timing of when those moments were initially released, there was a different market that they were released into as well.
I'm agreeing with Blaze on this one.
So
It could make sense.
I
That
agree
could
with-
totally be. That could
I agree
totally
and
with
be.
just like
Blaze.
I wouldn't know. Like I said, you would know more than me. I just think it's really.
I'm just
really
going from
stupid.
memory. I think the Herbert was released like sometime in like mid-June ish sort of thing, right?
And it was released after or before, you think?
Before the Lawrence, I'm
Before?
pretty sure. So then he's catching that high wave of like big spending. Everyone wants Herbert. His rare. I have
so-
never had access to his rare.
So just to
Now-
correct you, not to be a
I'm
dick,
yeah.
not
I'm
to
just
be a
going by
dick,
memory.
but just like no. So Trevor Lawrence's moment is from September 12th, and Justin Herbert's moment is from November 21st.
Are you talking about the rares or
The
the
common,
the commons.
the
So
common
another
base
another
series one.
big another hurtful thing here is this is none of this matters, and staying your plan of buying the $6 Herberts won't be a good plan
Mhm.
until they decide that commons are worth anything again. That's
Well,
what
right?
yeah,
and
yeah,
there's
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
like what
You
happens
had a
when
f-
a Series 2 Justin Herbert comes out. That's a common.
well, you had a
Nothing you accept.
$40 average sale because you could use them in challenges. Randomly, they were like, "Oh, now it's only rares." So it's just like
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
plummeted.
Oh,
And-
that's true too. Playbook did have a big part of that as well, I'm
Yes.
sure, because of like, oh, I need a Justin Herbert for yards, right?
and you can't
I
use
need
the
the
common
common.
anymore.
Yeah, well, or I did need the common, so everyone was buying them at like $20
Yep.
compared to
Right.
like $6. That makes sense. That
So,
that
and-
logic.
but
makes
if they
total
come in
sense.
next year and say, "Okay, you go back, we're gonna set up stuff where you need commons again," that goes
Mhm.
way up again.
sure,
So I mean, it's
sure,
just
sure.
it's all
That
way-
is true. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. That's a good point.
Yeah. Mine are I have three, but they're all very, very similar. All of these triple badge receivers who are the clear number one on their team. I'm talking Chris Olave, Drake London, and Garrett Wilson for the Jets.
Garrett Wilson for sure. I
They're
have-
all
yeah.
way too underpriced. Now, Garrett Wilson is the highest. He's at 10, but he's only like 12 buys from $15. And he is an absolute stud. And Drake London's at 5, and Olave is at 6.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're the clear number one receivers on their team. So, I mean,
As
don't-
much as
again, the same problem though. If you can't use them in playbook, it doesn't matter.
yeah.
So that sort of sucks. But
And as much as we bagged on Derek Carr today, like I think if Derek Carr goes to New Orleans, that Chris Olave at least gets a little bit of a pump, right? I mean,
yeah, I would assume
his
so.
his receptions and touchdowns should go up next year for sure.
It's
if
better
we get
than-
Derek
Carr
Carr.
loves his number one receiver.
Oh, Jahan
Yeah.
Dotson. Yep.
Yeah.
That's another good one.
Yep,
Um,
Jahan Dotson would be like Jahan Dotson. Oh, they were actually talking about the Commanders as a landing spot for Carr as well. I forgot about that.
That I
one.
would like for Scary Terry for sure.
Also, they were talking about the Commanders being a landing spot for Eric Bieniemy as offensive coordinator from the Chiefs.
That'd be
Yeah,
crazy.
he's apparently leaving next year, and there's like two
Yeah, they've
options.
been saying that for they've been saying that for every year for the last 5 years. He's got all these coaching gigs, and he hasn't got one of them.
Kamara will be punching the air if Carr is signed. Dude, what happened to Alvin Kamara? He was like real good, and then now
fell
just,
off a cliff, I guess.
He
I don't know.
got a quarterback that doesn't look left or right for
Yeah.
checkdowns.
Dude, you know what's crazy is the price of Justin Herbert's draw it up. Does everyone have that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just checking.
I don't.
Wait, what
have
is it?
that.
I bought
cheap.
it for like
like-
$60. It's at 100 and something now, but
Is it a rare
Um,
draw it up?
it's a rare
rare,
draw it
yeah.
up. Yeah, 347 mint count,
115, yeah.
115 for the number 54 though. That's pretty damn good. And then it like pretty quickly gets up into 150, and then once 150 sells, it goes to 175, 175, 179, 180. Either way, I don't know. Just for a rare of what people really, I don't know. I hate to say, like in the off season, I get like dreamy eyed over people. So like,
Yeah, that's the best part of the off.
yeah,
100%.
So like I could totally see myself by the end of the offseason coming into September just being like, Justin Herbert's gonna be amazing. And then like like the first game he's gonna get his head ripped off, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I told you guys he sucked. But like
Like Cooper Cup.
yeah, yeah. But like no, but for real though, I don't know. Justin Herbert is pretty good. I'm not a huge fan because of the team he's on. I think they suck and will always suck. Hey,
Apparently they-
no. How dare you? You know how I feel about Dak.
So Michael, or who is it? Keenan Allen? Is he the one leaving?
Keenan Allen's leaving, yeah. Or he said he wanted to leave, right?
I know that Cordell Patterson from Atlanta was telling him to come to Atlanta in a bunch of tweets and stuff. So
No, my QB of the week is definitely not Justin Herbert. I'm just saying that it's really early and Justin Herbert could be good, especially with a new, what is it, OC or quarterback coach? Which one is it? Which one did they get? I think they got a new OC because they couldn't fire fucking his head
home
coach.
6 weeks in a row.
No, no offense, no offense. Yeah, no shit. You know what? There you go, Roy. Derek Carr to ATL. Put him with your boy.
It
I
would
mean,
be better
anything
than Marcus
is better-
Mariota
Better than what you guys have.
and Desmond Ritter.
Yeah, Desmond Ritter sucks.
Can't wait for his moment.
I can. It's fine.
You know who one of the biggest, like, I laugh all the time is another triple badge that's like super low, but Malik Willis, but he sucks so
Yeah,
bad.
Yeah,
Oh
it's gonna
my
be super. It's gonna be
God.
super low forever.
Yeah.
Once he learns
Like,
to throw the ball forward. he'll be
why?
okay.
Why were people so high on him?
They weren't.
No one.
Oh,
was.
they weren't.
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
He just
okay.
sort of ended up there. Like it
Really?
was- yeah. No one was really high on him.
Oh, okay. I thought
He-
he was like sought after.
So in the draft, even they were talking about how he put up like 6,000 passing yards his last season in college, but he played for Houston. They throw the ball like 70 times a game, and people like commentating the draft were like his stats are way overinflated. He's not that good. Like they were making it known that he wasn't great.
yeah.
Or no, he played for Liberty. That
Mm.
was it. Yeah, not Houston. My bad. But yeah. I mean, it was like his stats were crazy, and he had wide open receivers that were 80 yards down the field, and it was just a mess. But he was never. No, he wasn't that sought after.
What about that rumor that Joe Mixon's going to get cut?
That would be surprising.
He's still on his rookie contract, I'm pretty sure. So I think that would be very surprising.
The Willis moment is a wobbly duck broken play that barely results in a first down. That's his
Seriously?
whole career.
That's how funny.
That's how you describe his career. That's his
That's the highlight of his
Wikipedia
career.
bio.
That's his highlight.
Malik Willis is a wobbly duck broken play. That's it.
I mean, they took was it Dobbs off the street to quarterback that team?
Yeah, he was like hanging out with us in like tailgates, and then the next week he was our starting quarterback, dude. So I don't know if I was at a tailgate with Josh Dobbs and some other people hanging out with a company that does like other NFT stuff, right? And he was like hanging out with us, and then all of a sudden next week we're all wishing him good luck playing for a pro football team.
That's
Because
crazy.
they have no quarterback. It's absolutely terrible. But yeah, that's
Tannehill ain't no.
didn't Malik Willis throw for like 47 yards one game or something? Like something awful. Doesn't even make sense.
He barely threw the ball forward.
It was so bad. Anyway, I got two announcements real quick.
You are right. He's not a free agent until 2025, but they were talking about cutting him because he got arrested again, and they told him when he got drafted, they were like, if you have any legal trouble, we're just gonna part ways with you.
I mean,
Sorry.
I feel like after 3 years of not getting in trouble, depending on what it was, like it was like speeding, arrested,
I mean, he brandished a weapon and told some lady he was going to shoot her in the face. But
That's different.
Those got dropped. All that got dropped.
I
Okay.
know it all got dropped. But I'm just saying the rumor is they might cut his ass because of Samaje Perine was their workhorse. And oddly enough, Joe Mixon only had like 12 carries. Yeah, and he beat up a woman. Yeah, monkey. So yeah, I'm just telling you, be ready for Joe Mixon to be cut.
I mean, he'll immediately get picked up by someone else, right?
You would
Like,
think so. I mean, fucking the Ravens or someone will pick
It's
him
al-
up.
it's
I was about to say Raiders or Ravens. One
But
of
it's
the two.
also Cincinnati, and they're known for like going after like ex-cons and everything in the past. So does it really matter?
Oh, we're gonna get another lecture about a documentary, aren't we?
Oh God, don't start.
Remember
No.
that?
All right,
Remember
we're
that
going,
one about?
we're- We're going to a couple quick announcements. We're not starting this. It's 11:30 at night. All
Perfect play for Cincinnati. My God.
right,
It's my bedtime.
I know, me too.
our winner of a standard all day pack. We did a Twitter contest. Again, go follow us on Twitter. It's at All Day Insider. We did give away a lot of stuff, and our winner is Frank Schuster.
Wow, I've never heard of you.
I haven't either. This is what it looks like. Freckles.
Frere.
Freckles. I don't know how to say that. But Frank Schuster,
Hercules.
if you're here, what's up? If not, we'll get at you on
Hercules.
Twitter.
I like that.
We'll get
Hercules.
Blaze in contact or whatever he does is magic, and we'll get you a pack.
Hercules.
Hercules. I can't say that either.
Hercules.
We know you can
Here-
say it.
Hercules.
Hercules.
And our last announcement,
Hercules.
there you go, you did it. Sound it out. Our last announcement is this Sunday, normal time, 12:30, will be our very last Sunday show. Not for this year, but
Not for
for this year.
Just till football
for
starts
the
back up.
season.
For the off season, we will have no Sunday shows.
Yep. And
So-
our OnlyFans will be opening up the week after.
That's another conspiracy theory. So we will not have any more Sunday
Sorry.
shows until next year. So make sure to catch that one. It's going to be wild. We're going to be yelling about Super Bowl stuff and how it's rigged and other craziness. And then we'll be back. Wednesdays will be our show throughout the off season. We'll talk about all day spec, all day stuff. It'll be fun.
I
But
bet
for
you it's
now-
gonna pop off because off season, you know,
The off season's where it's at. In
the
in
off
all day.
season and all day is So we're getting there, guys. We made it.
They
through
need
the
to start
season.
minting off-season moments, like Chris Olave shooting pool, and it just needs to be like random things they're doing, not playing football.
Joe Mixon shooting gun.
Nope.
We'll definitely be getting some draft coverage in there, Monkey.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be
So-
like
Well, we will not be covering the actual draft and showing it because I tried that one time and they said no.
I witnessed that.
So yeah, you can't do that. But we can. sit
KCC. You
here.
gotta still tune in on Wednesdays, bro.
We'll definitely be sitting right here talking with you guys like this during the draft, and then you can watch it on your own. Because when I tried that, it was they got mad.
Immediately
At,
taken
No
down.
bueno.
they got mad at me. So yeah, you can't do that. But
Mm.
we will be back this
See ya,
Sunday,
Casey.
12:30, and we'll do the thing.
Yeah. Don't
So-
forget, Casey, still on Wednesdays, just not on Sundays because no football.
Always on Wednesdays for everyone.
No, everyone go to sleep with the. Oh, never mind. I lost it.
Wait, what?
Get it?
Wait, what happened?
I wanted to everyone to just never forget.
Oh boy.
I love it, dude.
Genesis, what does that mean?
What
I
is
think it's pretty clear what it means.
Wow.
We can't stream.
I
the
know.
draft. They get mad at me when I do it.
You technically you can
Monkey.
accidentally have it on in the background. And
No,
can
you
change the
cannot.
Background noise.
Yeah.
No, you cannot do that. You cannot have it. I
like,
can't have it
this
on that
last
TV.
weekend. This last weekend, like I was leaving work on Friday or whatever, and they were like, "What are you gonna do? There's no football this weekend." And I was like, "I literally have no idea." Like I guess I'll have to
Phoenix
go.
got a documentary you can watch.
fuck. Okay.
Blaze watched it. He's in my
Do your
corner.
research, bro.
Do your
Oh,
research,
geez.
bro.
Me and
All right.
Blaze have the info. You can't shut me down. You can only shut this off. I'm gonna keep on going.
Oh wow.
Am I allowed to leave before this?
Right? Yeah. Click.